The Sri Lankan economic fallout has caught the global attention and the turmoil does not seem to end as Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe has been sworn in as the acting president. The process of Parliament electing a new president will begin today with MPs likely to back Wickremesinghe. However, whether Lankan public will accept Wickremesinghe as the new president is highly dubious as his resignation as the Prime Minister was a key demand of the protesters. Good morning, I'm Sarah Sapsanamma and these are the headlines of the hour. Prime Minister Dewa says disputed Governor Adhikari should resign on moral grounds. The probe committee receives CCTV footage related to former Finance Minister case. The Parliament elects a new Deputy Speaker after 2.5 years as Pushpa Bhusal of Nepali Congress bags the post. Government targets ensuring majority in the Constitutional Council. Russia bans Japanese lawmakers from entering its territory in response to Tokyo aligning itself with international sanctions against Moscow over its war on Ukraine. And two-times champions Norway out of the Euro 2022 following a 1-0 upset by Austria. England thumped Northern Ireland 5-0. Prime Minister Sherbahadur Dewa has said that the disputed Governor Mahaprasad Adhikari should resign on moral grounds. In case the Governor does not resign, the government, however, has no plan towards sacking Adhikari, citing the upcoming monetary policy. During the meeting of the five-party ruling alliance held at the Prime Minister's official residence in Baluatar, Senior Vice Chairman of CPN Maoist Centre, Naren Kaji Shrestha raised the issue of the Governor's indulgence in politics. Following this, the leaders at the meeting also demanded the resignation of Governor Adhikari, while Prime Minister Dewa viewed that it was in the best interest of the Governor himself to resign. Prior to this, the government had suspended Adhikari, alleging him of leaking sensitive information. However, the Apex Court had reinstated the Governor as the government lacks any serious plans to suspend him again. Interestingly, the Prime Minister on Thursday had held a meeting with Governor Adhikari, mainly discussing about the monetary policy and the economic condition of the country. The meeting, however, had not divulged into the issue of resignation. Now, the parliamentary committee formed to probe into former Finance Minister Janardhan Sharma, who was alleged of involving unauthorized individual in budget planning process, has received documents and the video footage of the CCTV. At yesterday's meeting of the committee held in Singadarbar, the documents and video footage obtained from the Ministry of Finance were distributed to the members of the committee. Despite Thursday's deadline set by the committee, the ministry only furnished the documents and the footage yesterday. The committee is to interrogate Secretary of the Finance Ministry and the Chiefs of the Revenue and Customs Department today. Having begun investigations into the allegations against Sharma on the 12th of July, the probe committee is yet to make any progress. With only 10 days assigned to furnish its findings, the committee is yet to select its coordinator. Sharma had resigned from his designation of Finance Minister after he was alleged of involving unauthorized person to change tax rates in the budget. With only 4 months left for the term of the House of Representatives to expire, Pushpa Bhusal of the largest party of the ruling coalition, Nepali Congress, has been elected the Deputy Speaker of the Parliament. Bhusal has been elected the Deputy Speaker on her second attempt after defeating main opposition CPN-UML's candidate. The ruling coalition seems to have linked yesterday's election with its interest of ensuring majority in the Constitutional Council. Bhusal, who had the ruling coalition in her favor, received 148 votes, while UML's Bidya Bhattarai received only 93. Prior to this, Bhusal, in her previous run for Deputy Speaker, had suffered a defeat against then UML's candidate Shivamaya Tumba Hamfe. Bhusal had lost back then because of the vote of CPN Maoist Centre. However, the same votes from CPN Maoist Centre, the ruling alliance partner, secured her a victory this time around. Bhusal also received votes from Janata Samajwadi Party and CPN Unified Socialist of the ruling coalition. While Loktantrik Samajwadi Party also helped the coalition, Rashtriya Prajatantra Party voted for UML's candidate. Despite the position remaining vacant for almost 3 years, the lower house was without a deputy speaker because of political power play. As the Deputy Speaker also is a member of the Constitutional Council, the opposition has alleged the ruling coalition of holding yesterday's election to serve its interests. It's time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion. The question is, why are parliamentary committees supposed to monitor the government works inefficient? Your options are A. Effective political bickerings, B. Government's lack of cooperation, and C. Lack of leadership. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Against the directives and commitment of former Finance Minister Janardhan Sharma, only 36% of the budget has been spent in the 11 months of the fiscal year. However, around 18% of expenditure has been reported in the last month of the fiscal. In aggregate, the capital expenditure has reached only 54%. In Asar, the last month of the fiscal year, as per the Nepali calendar, the government has spent 228.88 billion rupees. Of this, 67.64 billion rupees was spent towards capital expenditure and 142.58 billion rupees towards current expenditure. On Thursday alone, the government spent 19.87 billion rupees. In the last month of the fiscal, 17.87% or 67.54 billion rupees has been spent towards capital expenditure. National pride projects and ministries responsible for development have remained in a sorry state in this fiscal year. The Ministry of Physical Infrastructures, Urban Development, Drinking Water, Energy, Water Resources and Irrigation have severely failed in ensuring adequate expenditure. In addition to affecting development projects, failure in ensuring target expenditures have also raised questions on the capabilities of the government. Time now for the sports update. Nepal is facing Namibia in the ICC Men's Cricket World Cup League 2 Tri-Series today. The match has been scheduled for a 3:45 p.m. kickoff Nepal time in Campbellstown New Ground in Scotland. This is the second time Nepal will be playing against Namibia in the ongoing series. Poor batting display in its first match had cost Nepal a 40-run defeat. However, Nepal had made a comeback through the second match, defeating Scotland by 5 wickets. Nepal's coach Pubudu Dasanaike has said Nepal's batting is improving and that the team has taken a few risks in order to maintain a balance in batting. Dasanaike has called the match against Namibia a crucial one and has said the team will need to maintain its composure. Meanwhile, Namibia had faced defeat in both of its previous matches against Scotland. More than 5 years have passed since volleyball was recognized as a national sport of Nepal. The sport has a rich history of 4.5 decades in the country and is played in any geographic location in Nepal. However, the sport is yet to witness the expected development. The new leadership of the Volleyball Association, to be selected for a 4-year term, therefore faces a massive opportunity to modernize Nepali volleyball. There is no data about when volleyball was first played in Nepal. The sport was popular during the Rana regime but was registered at the National Sports Council only in 2033 BS. Despite boasting a rich history, the Volleyball Association does not even have a proper office. Even with its popularity matching that of football and cricket, volleyball is yet to reap any benefits from such public affiliation. The Volleyball Association does not have adequate financial resources as well. Entities of the association have been formed in all 77 districts after volleyball was recognized as a national sport 5 years ago. However, activities related to volleyball can yet not be seen in most districts. In such a situation, the approaching election for a new leadership at the Volleyball Association holds significance for improvement of the standards of the sport in the country. Apart from existing challenges, the new leadership will also have the opportunity of coming up with sound plans for ensuring desired development of the national sport in the country. In this context, in our Public Voice segment, today we've asked people in several provinces what should be done for development of volleyball. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
ABC अब सेन्ट्रल जोन र FIB सँग सहकार्य गरेर स्रोत बढाउन सक्ने बाह्य प्रतियोगिताहरुमा सहभागी गराउनको लागि बढी भन्दा बढी पहल कदमी गर्न सक्नुपर्ने र राष्ट्रिय खेलकुद परिषद नेपाल सरकारसँग पहल गरेर खेलकुदको विकास गर्न सक्ने खालको नेतृत्व हुनुपर्छ।
ग्रासरुटलाई चाहिँ हेरेर अन्डर एजको गेमहरु गरायो भने चाहिँ राम्रो हुन्छ जस्तो लाग्छ।
77 जिल्लामा नेपाल सरकार राष्ट्रिय खेलकुद परिषदले भलिबल प्रशिक्षकको नियुक्ति गर्नुपर्छ र भलिबलको विकास गर्नुपर्छ।
सरकारले अवश्य नै हेर्नुपर्छ हाम्रो घरको आर्थिक अवस्थादेखि लिएर अनि खेललाई नै अगाडि बढाउनको लागि
उनीहरुलाई छात्रवृत्ति दिएर भए पनि उनीहरुलाई होस्टेलमा राखेर भए पनि उनीहरुलाई जानी प्रशिक्षण गरायो भने भलिबलको खेल विकासमा धेरै टेवा पुग्छ।
And that's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.